Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of voice radio, and today I've got a very large box. It came from the Pokémon Center online, and it's full of Halloween stuff. I know we're not quite to Halloween yet, we're a couple of weeks away, but you know what? I was too eager to show you. You see, ladies and gentlemen, over in Japan, the Pokémon Center have released their Halloween range, and I know that over in the US they have released a bunch of stuff as well. So it's time to ask, what's in the box? Every year, Pokemon go and do this. They go and release their stock, their Halloween stock. And every year, for various reasons, I can't order any. This year, however, ladies and gentlemen, this year things have changed. Long story short, I did a Final Fantasy opening on my other channel, Wassy Plays, and I pulled a very rare error card and sold it to somebody who appreciates the card more than I, for honestly probably a fair bit less than I could have got for it, but they were a really big fan and they really wanted the card, so did a nice deal and bought some Pokemon Halloween stuff. Now this is the Halloween Pikachu for this year. Again, the fact that the tag is just the plush is brilliant. We've got the Pikachu here. He's got his little Halloween bow tie and his little Halloween hat. And there's nothing on the back, unfortunately. But here's the coolest detail on this Pikachu, right? Because if you open up Pikachu's invite, and it's basically Pikachu inviting you to a party. And if you open up his little envelope, inside, there's an invite to a party. Nothing on the back, unfortunately. But there's a little invite to the party there, which is just such a cool little feature. And this is the thing, right? I've got a billion Pokemon plushes from my years of fandom. But some of these kind of special ones are just... they've gone over the top. Now, I was able to go and get myself all four of the big plushies. That's the Pikachu. The second one we've got here is the Piplup with his Halloween donut. Frankly, Piplup is a Pokemon after my own heart. Now, once again, the tag is fantastic. Really shows off the design. And essentially what you've got here is Piplup with the spooky donut. One of the cool things, whenever Pokemon do these plushes, there's always Pokemon little details on there. So there's a Joltik in a web, there's a Gengar, there's a Pokeball, all as little decorations on the donut, which I think is just absolutely fantastic. Now, we are not going to be able to keep all of these up here, unfortunately. There just is not the room, because, they also went and did a Snorlax. Now, again, the tags are just wonderful. I can't let my children play with these. They're too young, they'll rip the tags off. But Snorlax here, I mean, the little pumpkin, it's a Snorlax pumpkin. Is he eating a Snorlax pumpkin? Is that weird? Should he not be doing that? I don't quite know, but it's rather lovely. You'll notice there's, down there, you've got the little cookie on a plate here with the little Zubat and the Gengar face. And I didn't realise, and then some Pokeballs, because why not? And I didn't realise this until it actually arrived. He sat on a cookie and broken it. It's little details like this, a little embroidered broken cookie on his butt. That is just... I love things like this. And it's kind of a little bit sad because I have these out till Halloween and then I'll have to put them away. But until Halloween, it's looking good. So there were four main plushes this year. The fourth one here was Scorbunny. Again, love these. I mean, the tag is impractically big, but they're so cool I'm going to forgive them. Now, we basically got trick-or-treating Scorbunny here, with a little basket full of goodies, including a carrot, which I think we can all agree is what we want when we go trick-or-treating. And then there's a little pumpkin Scorbunny on the hat there, which I think is just an absolutely lovely touch. I think it's probably the weakest of them, but still very, very cool. So those are your kind of four main plushes that they did this year. They are just, it's a great little selection. I mean, for me, I had 9 tables at my wedding. And 3 of the 9 tables were Pikachu, you had to have a Pikachu, Snorlax, because I love him, and Piplup. There was also a colour thing going on, whereby we couldn't have repeating colours at the tables, for fairly obvious reasons, so that they were all kind of distinct enough. So I do, I do love that 3 of the 4 Halloween plushes this year were 3 of the 9 tables at my wedding. I think that's a sign that this is the year I was supposed to go nuts on Halloween stuff. Now, they do some little ones as well, except they're really not that little. This is your little keyring Litwick plush. I mean, this is a standard size Pikachu plush. It's about the same size as any Pikachu plush you've got in your home, within reason, alright? And it's Litwick with a lovely giant sweet, I want to say, and a little bow tie, which is lovely. But on like a proper big sturdy metal chain. Now, I know they've started selling these on the Pokemon Center in the US, but they've also started selling them with big chunky plastic hooks rather than the metal keyring. I don't really understand why. These are way better. And then Drifloon. There was a Toxel and a Drakloak or Dreepy. I'm afraid I don't have those to show you. But what we got here is a lovely Drifloon. No, Drifblim. And I don't quite know why, but the hat's coming up and there's just a bunch of cloud or something from under it. There's a little Pikachu pumpkin being carried by it. The hat with the lovely pumpkin on there as well. It's just, I mean, the range is called Pumpkin Banquet. Rather lovely. What I should say is, the little and the big plushes, they are completely separate. So you cannot get a big Litwick, you cannot get a little Pikachu. There are 4 big and 4 little plushes, and I'm afraid there is no overlap. Now, those are the most exciting things, but, you know, if I'm going to be going ahead, it's really awkward doing this. I've not given myself anywhere to put the box, and that's actually starting to get super annoying now. So you'll have to forgive me looking a bit awkward and constantly leaning off screen. I'm doing my best, all right? I'm doing my best. Now, I am a sucker for a lovely pin, and we do have a lovely pin here. The Pokemon Pumpkin Banquet pin. Again, it is an absurdly large pin. I mean, if we compare it to a regular size coin, that is a regular coin from a theme deck. Now, a pin badge most of you are probably a bit familiar with here is the Celebrations one. It's actually a little bit bigger than the Celebrations pin. It is an absurdly large pin badge, way larger than it has any need to be, but it's so beautiful, I'm going to forgive it. Now, at this stage, I also went a little bit grown up. Just a little bit grown up. Because, of course, if you're going to have a Halloween banquet, and let's face it, it's Halloween or Pumpkin Banquet, you're going to need a Pokemon plate. Now, this is one of those things. My wife has told me very clearly, if I'm going to order a Pokemon plate, I'm going to use the Pokemon plate. Now, you'll notice here, and it does actually show you the Dreepy here and the Toxel. These were the other 2 that were available as mini plushes. So it basically just shows you all of the plushes with associated other various things all around it. There's going to be Halloween cookies and things of that nature. This is going to be the plate. And I've got 2 kids, right? One of them's going to turn 2 next month. One of them's like 3.5. They're going to break this. And it's a plasticky plate, right? It's not a ceramic plate. I wouldn't have had it shipped from Japan if it was ceramic. But the kids are going to break it. It is inevitable. I'd love to tell you the kids aren't going to break it. My children are going to break this plate. It makes me sad. I'm going to grumble. My kids are going to break this plate. But of course, if you're going to have a plate, you need to have a mug or a cup. Again, it's plastic, it's not ceramic, and it's the same kind of thing. You've got all of the mini and big plushes all shown off there, or at least those designs, with some donuts. And, I mean, look, if ever there was, like I say, if ever there was a year where I was supposed to go nuts on Pokemon Halloween stuff, this was the year. Because, like I say, 3 of the 4 big plushes were tables at my wedding, and I'm a donut man. And I shouldn't be, because it ain't good for my figure. But this is basically the donut year. And if I'm going to need some Halloween treats, they're pretty good. Right, the last thing we picked up. This is... I need to make myself a little bit of space here, really, don't I? It's basically a towel. It's just a little towel. Basically all it is. A little hand towel, a face towel. And I don't need this. The thing is, the artwork on this is absolutely stunning. It's wonderful. Now again, you've got the usual suspects that have all been the plushes, all being represented here. Although we do have a Dragapult up here, which is kind of nice. And they've added a bunch. There's a Ghastly on there. There's an Indeedee on there. These cupcakes are wonderful. Morpeko is hangry, but it's all right. He's just grabbed a cupcake. It's going to be fine. In previous years, they've had dice bags, and I have got at least one Halloween dice bag somewhere over there that I managed to pick up in a previous year for a not ridiculous price from a reseller. But the fact of the matter is there was no dice bag or anything like that this year. So if I wanted something to show off this wonderful artwork, it had to be a hand towel. Which I still think is a weird decision on Pokemon's part, right? Because just give me a dice bag, man. Just let me have a dice bag. But never mind. Overall, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, look, you know this by now if you've been a Pokemon fan for a little while. The special stuff they give you, the holiday plushes and things of that nature have always been great. They have always been just these brilliant, brilliant things, and I'm just delighted they keep doing them. It's a little bit weird that I end up buying like a Pokemon plate, but, you know, needs must, ladies and gentlemen, needs must. The most important thing for me is that these are actually a thing, and that I actually get to enjoy them, and I, for one, am absolutely delighted. But now it's over to you guys. Have you picked up any of this stuff, either from Japan or from the US, where some of this has been made available? What do you like? What don't you like? Tell me your opinions. Go nuts! Be nice. And then the usual stuff. Comment, like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, all that good stuff. Check out the Patreon. Thank you very much for watching. Look after yourselves till next time. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio. Yeah, I know this was a bit of a different video. I wanted to do it, and it's probably going to tank, and if it does, I'll be very sad. But gave me an excuse to buy a bunch of cute Pokemon, and that's not all bad. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Cheers. Bye.